Hi, welcome to the Coffee Chat Show here on Buzz and Pattaya, the show we talk about things happening right here, right now, as well as general news, tips, information and advice. And today, I'm delighted that David is joining me. David, how you doing, my friend?
Very well, thank you.
You okay?
Yourself?
Good man, good man. So, we are here. Now, if you saw my video recently, when I came up Soi Bongkot, I said to you I was going to try and get an interview with this gentleman. He's been here a lot longer than me. He's got a much more varied history than me. You've done a fair few things.
Certainly have.
He has, yeah. So we're going to talk about all of that. So, so if you saw that video, we are now here. The name of your two places are...
The Chicken Shack and the Burger House.
Chicken Shack and the Burger House, just around the corner from the Bongkot bars. So if you know where they were when you watched my video, come and have a look at the food. So, David, where are you from, mate?
I'm half English, half Canadian.
Oh, wow, okay. So what half is what?
Born in England.
Yeah.
Parents kidnapped me as a child.
Yeah.
As soon as I was old enough, I moved back to England.
Oh, dear. You didn't like Canada?
I just always preferred England.
Did you? I went to Canada. I went to Calgary.
Yeah.
And Toronto.
Yeah, I was just south of Toronto.
Right. Oh, wow.
It's a great place, but
yes,
I was English.
Yeah, I had the most amazing experience with the most beautiful woman I've ever met in Canada. She was absolutely gorgeous. So we're here now today. But before we go, I mean, tell me a bit about your history. Like, what did you do when you left your college and school and stuff?
Well, I did university in Canada. As soon as I graduated, I moved back to the UK.
Okay.
I actually own my own small chain of pubs in the UK, in the north of the UK.
Wow.
Which I sold up in 2005. I sold up the freeholds on them.
And
did semi-retirement for a while.
So you're a bit like me then. So you're semi-retired now. You're working harder now than before.
That's the one.
See, I'm not the only one.
Yeah, but at least I got to enjoy it when I was young enough to enjoy it.
So when did you first come to Thailand?
2002. It was just as a stopover on the way to see the Hong Kong Sevens. So
Right.
yeah,
So you're a rugby fan, are you?
huge.
Are you?
Yes, I've been on 2 British Lions tours.
Have you?
Yeah, the adventures of a lifetime.
Who's your all-time favourite England player?
Wilkinson.
No.
Has to be.
Yeah, he's good. He was good. Yeah, I remember going to see England-Fiji at Twickenham's.
Yeah.
And I was very lucky. I sat by the entrance when the guys came out.
Yeah.
And I sat there. I was very young, and I was seeing these massive guys. I was like, God damn, look at the size of that dude. And then they were just the wingers and the centre halves and stuff. And then that came the props. I'm like, oh my Lord. Because when you watch them on TV, they all look the same size.
Yes.
When you see them in real, they're just giants. It's like, God damn.
I was fortunate enough because of the pubs to get tickets for like the Rose Room at Twickenham. Wow. So I got to meet Johnny Wilkinson. We got to meet Lawrence Jalileo and Martin Bayfield and all sorts of the
So what team did you follow?
England Cup.
No, I mean, local too. Well, not local too, but...
Actually, I'm not really that... The Premier League rugby I love, but I just want to see a good match.
Yeah.
It's not... I mean, in football I have a team, but not in rugby.
Yeah, so,
other than the international.
See, in school, my teachers were all rugby players, so Harlequins was me.
Okay.
Yeah, Harlequins, they were all from Harlequins. And Mr. Purdy, if you're watching, fair play to you, he was an absolute joke. He was a lock at Harlequins. He was about 6'7", and he was the only teacher I ever obeyed. Because I was just petrified if I didn't, what he could do to me. He was like, get one.
Yeah, it doesn't need to do it, but it's just the physical looming presence.
I mean, a guy called Mr. Green, he was a prop forward, and he was for London Irish.
Okay.
And he was a massive... His ears were like footballs.
Yeah.
But anyway,
so
when did you first come to Thailand? 2015.
Yeah, I moved to Thailand about 15 years ago. So 2009, 2010 was when I was permanently based in Thailand.
And when you came out here first as a holiday?
Yes. Yeah, 2002.
Right, what did you make of it?
Yeah. I was a young man, and it was a country full of beautiful women and a great nightlife. So, yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Your smiles there as well.
Yes.
Your smile. See, when you come here for the first time, it's like, you just can't help but smile the whole day. Yeah. And the whole duration of your holiday. And then you cry because you're on the airplane going back home.
Yes. So I found myself going back and forth a lot.
Yeah.
So I was doing sort of a month in Thailand, a month back in the UK, back and forth.
I'm with you. And is that when you had your own chain of pubs back then? So you could come and go, please. Yes.
Yeah, I had managers in every pub. So I really was, I'd work 10 hours a month.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
So when you came out here, what attracted you to say, do you know what, I'm actually going to come out here full time?
I think it's a combination of things. I mean, the weather over here is absolutely outstanding. And when you live in Cumbria, which I did...
that's cold.
Yeah, it's cold and it rains a lot. So you come here and everybody's enjoying themselves and all that. And then you could sort of pick and choose. Go back to England in May when it was beautiful and sunny there and everybody had a smile on their face. And avoid it over the winter when everybody was miserable.
So that tactic worked for how long?
I basically did about 7 years of going back and forth a lot.
Right.
And then decided that, that Thailand was actually going to be the place I lived.
Yeah. And today, looking back, any regrets?
Yeah, well, I mean, I made some mistakes, yeah. but you do, and you learn from them. But no, I still find myself, I feel very much at home here.
Yeah.
And England isn't what it was for me.
And, you know, everyone that comes out on holiday, come over to see me in the lounge, and they all say the same. So, Trev, you know, you would never go back to England now. And like only the other day, I was doing a live stream just talking about the price of prescriptions and things like that for our doctors. It's just ferocious. It's ferocious. So you came out here. What did you do when you first came out here to live?
Basically, because I was semi-retired. I had a house out on the dark side, etc. And then I thought I needed something to do.
Yeah.
So I bought a premises on Pratt Hill.
Okay.
And I opened up the sports lounge back in 2010.
Sports lounge. Peaky Blinders.
It's now Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
That was after my time there.
Wow, that's a while back then.
Yes. I left the sports lounge in 2017.
So when you open up the sports lounge, like for people that are in business back home in England or around the world, how did having a business here compare to having your business back? Because obviously you've gone from a very well-refined business back in the UK where you've got managers and staff, and we have things called watches in England.
Yeah.
And then you come out here and you must have been thinking, hello, why are you not in? Yeah, I come soon, boss, I come soon. You're like, well, how did that affect you?
Yeah, it is a culture shock to try and operate a business here. And you need to adapt to it. You need to understand that you're in their country.
Yeah.
And so, yes, you're trying to have Western standards, but you need to sort of go through a Thai mentality to arrive at those Western standards.
Yeah, definitely. And I speak to many business owners and they all say the same. It's just, there's no time like Thai time.
No.
So it's just, like you say, it's that overcoming that problem. But so you went from the sports lounge.
Yep.
Then where did you go?
I then opened the Great American Sandwich Company on Soi Bongkot.
Was that yours?
Yes.
Didn't know that, really? Was that yours? Oh, wow. There we go. Now there's a place I do remember.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great concept. Yeah. Problem with a place like Soi Bongkot, you got great foot traffic.
Yeah.
But there is no parking.
No.
So anybody in a car, it's a no-no. Anybody by motorbike, it's a crapshoot, whether they can find somewhere to park up or not.
Yeah.
And sort of didn't recognize the fact that the basis of your clientele is going to be expats rather than tourists.
Yeah.
And the expats just gave up. It's like you just can't get to it. And then on Soi Bongkot as well, as you will know, the pricing for rents and things are astronomical.
Yeah. And they're getting worse.
Yeah.
They're getting worse. And the thing is, like one of the things that you just mentioned about the traffic, I mean, I noticed right now at the moment making the video, the city organisations, the councils are very hot on the red and white chevrons and moving motorbikes and cars. I've seen them doing it many, many times now. They've even gone down to South Pattaya Road now. And you remember the old stalls that used to sit on the edge of the roads, on the pathways? Yeah. They're moving them on now. They're getting rid of them, which, you know, I kind of understand in some ways, but I think it loses the city's attraction. When you come in, you like all the hustle, the bustle.
Yeah, it's part of the character of the city. It's part of the character of Thailand, having those street stalls. A number of years ago when Bangkok was named as the, street food capital of the world.
Yeah.
And then within 3 months, the Bangkok police announced a crackdown on street food vendors. It's insanity. That's part of the draw to bring people to Thailand.
Definitely. You walk around a corner, you're like, wow, look at this. You don't expect it. Whereas nowadays, if they do clean all the streets, it's like, well, let's go to that place that I know is over there. Whereas I like to walk around a corner and go, God, did you notice this? Didn't know it was there. Talking about development, we're going to talk about this place now because you're here now. Did you go from the American Sandwich Company to here?
No, I actually ended up down south in Krabi province.
Oh, wow.
I did 6 years down in Krabi province as operations manager in a luxury resort.
Oh, nice.
It's a bit of a change up. Yes. I mean, it's a beautiful place. Absolutely stunning. It was called Kojum Beach Villas.
Right.
Now, their villas over Christmas start at 16,000 a night for a one bed and go up to anything north of 50,000 a night for a 4-bedroom plus.
Yeah.
It was a proper luxury resort, but it was also a very laid-back atmosphere. You're very much one with nature when you're there.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to go to work with shorts, a shirt, and no shoes because you couldn't have shoes in the bar or in the restaurant. It's part of the Southern Muslim thing. So rather than taking shoes on and off, I just stopped wearing those. So for 6 years, I just didn't wear shoes at work.
Brilliant. So you finished there. When you came here, did you have this place in mind already, or was it just something that evolved?
I had one of them in mind.
Right.
So I had a chicken concept in the back of my mind that I wanted to do. So I'd done some experimenting with the product when I was down there, etc. But when I decided to put the concept onto a Thai market, I thought it needed a buddy.
Okay.
So that's how we ended up with both the Chicken Shack and the Burger House, was to give it a bit more variety for Western people coming to it.
So, I mean, we're here now in Soi Bongkot, and I've got to say, the dramatic changes in the last 2 years has been phenomenal. They have really, really worked hard on this area.
Yes, yes. I mean, all around it. So there's all new Thais, there's hot pot places. So there's a lot of places for Thais, but it's very welcoming for Western people as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is staggering. I mean, I've been staying at a resort just down the road off and on for the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah, to see the amount of development, properly done development as well.
We're right
Everywhere is very nice, very cute.
Yeah. I mean, right now we're saying what used to be barren wasteland.
Yes.
And now, you look around, I mean, you were saying earlier about it's a huge TV screen. So you like your sports, burger, chicken, beers, watch the sports, a massive TV down there. And talking of food, look at this. Wow. That looks amazing. So these are your concepts, are they?
Yes. Yeah, there's a little bit from the chicken side, a little bit from the burger side, and some fries. Just to, well, we'll get to that afterwards.
Yeah. But that looks amazing. So yeah, I mean, if you're like your sports guys, then head up here, because you come out here, it's a really, really busy area. Of course, you can make an afternoon stroke either. So if you've got the early game, you can come up here to the Bongkot, go around the corner. You're not a million miles away from what goes on here. And then as you wander around, then you're here. I mean, the food looks phenomenal. So in terms of here, how long have you had this place?
Late August last year.
August last year?
Yeah.
And in terms of how it's going, I mean, are you pleased with the progress so far?
Every month gets busier. We're getting some great reviews now. We have a lot of return customers.
It was
Always.
Well, it was weird because it's one of your customers that got in touch with me and said, please come and see you, because you said your food's fantastic. So there you go. You can't ask for a better accolade than that, than one of your guys, Ian. Was it Ian?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got in touch with me.
I was actually Jim.
Jim, yeah, Jim. It was Jim got in touch with me via email, said, Trev, you've got to come check this place out and come and see you. So
yeah. One of the nice things about being on this market as well is that if for the guys that have their Thai tilaks, is obviously there's loads of different Thai food options. So you can have your Western food, she can have her Thai food. Everybody's happy.
Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
You've got your beers on cold, and you can have a look on the video. There's some really good special offers up here. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I walked past the Nugatar earlier, and there was a poor Thai lad there. He weren't looking. I think he'd had too many of those, but nevertheless. So in terms of here, I mean, when you open to where we are now, how has your journey gone? Has it all gone smooth? Has it gone to plan? Are you happy with where we are right now?
I'm happy with where we are at the moment. Yeah, there was some little bumps in the road. There was some adjustments that needed to be made, particularly on the burger side, because that was sort of a last minute thing. So we adjusted the size of the burgers since we opened, a little tweak with the fat content to get it to that perfect 15 to 20%, which burgers should be.
Yeah.
Some different seasoning options, but yeah, I'm very pleased with the product we have now.
And you mentioned about it, you said in a way there, which I picked up, and you said about, I'm happy with it right now.
Yeah.
So that's kind of giving me the feeling that you want more out of this.
Of course. Yeah, there's always more to come.
So what's ahead?
What I would like to do is bring it to a multi-unit operation.
Okay.
So we have already rented a unit behind the shops that would be big enough for a central kitchen, because everything we make is homemade. So there's a lot of prep that goes into that. So I have one very expensive cook who's been with me off and on now for 12 years.
Wow.
But she's great. So she bakes as well now, which she didn't have that skill when I first employed her, both at Sports Lounge and at the Great American.
Yeah.
But when we met up this time before we opened this, she said, oh, by the way, I can bake now. So I got her an oven. So now she bakes our brioche buns. And
so you make your own buns?
Yes.
And you make your sauces?
Yes, all of them.
So everything
and then the chicken tenders and the chicken breasts, we actually marinate in buttermilk for 24 hours. So it's a spiced buttermilk. And then we season our own breadcrumbs. And so there's the magic is all in the prep.
We're talking about that. But
yes.
Can I try one?
Yes, of course.
Oh, I've got to try it. It looks amazing.
Yeah, so we make our own barbecue sauce, and you can see from the color of the chicken,
that's delicious, guys. That is delicious. You're not helping me, because I've literally just done a fatty to fitty regime, and I lost about 11 kilos. It was really, really good. And then people kept coming and saying to me, Trevor, where can we get a good burger from? So I said, well, I don't really know burgers, so I'm not really into burgers. So I said, but I'll have a look around. Anyway, I wandered around, and so I did 5 venues for the burgers. Sadly, I missed this, because that looks amazing. but I'll showcase that in a bit, guys. So now I'm on my Fitty the Fatty routine.
Okay.
Because I'm now going back to these two, which I worked so hard to not do. So in terms of your menu, describe your menu. What kind of stuff do you have available?
Well, obviously with the burgers, there's a variety from size-wise. So we do singles, anything up to trebles. We always have a series of specials running. So at the moment, there's a jalapeno cheeseburger, a pizza burger with freshly grated mozzarella, pepperoni, marinara sauce on it, Italian herbs. So we try to keep things fresh and change them up as often as we can.
A pizza burger.
Yeah, it was one of our customers that actually recommended it.
Wow. So what's in that, without stating the obvious, but what's in the burger?
In the physical burger or in
the pizza burger?
In the pizza burger. So what you've got is our homemade beef patty.
Yeah.
So you can either have a single or a double with a pizza burger. Then each layer of it has marinara sauce, freshly grated mozzarella cheese, pepperoni, and Italian herbs. And then just single, as I say, single or a double.
Yeah, I couldn't eat a double.
Yeah, I mean, I struggle with our doubles, but we've got a lot of guys that come for trebles just off the regular menu.
I went to Mano's Cheesesteaks, and
Yes.
Matt, really nice guy.
Yeah.
And he's like you, he does doubles, singles, triples. And he said he has a guy come in every week that eats like 4 or 5 triple burgers in one go. Oh, he said he's a huge, massive, not fat, but huge, big guy. He's a martial arts expert. And he's constantly training, but he can just nail through them. And I mean, when I did the burger challenge, and I got to say that burger looks amazing, but when I did the burger challenge going around, the single burger was more than enough.
Yeah, I mean, our singles are, I say, we start with 100 gram. So it's 100 gram patties rather than a lot of places do, okay, this single is a different weight to what is going to be with a double, and they reduce the size. And I just find it easier going, look, guys, it's 100 grams to 300 grams.
Yeah. So right now we're here, and you mentioned about the centralised kitchen, which you're doing. Do you ever see, because to be fair, like where you are now is not what I would class as like a footfall area.
Yes.
You have obviously got nearing condos over there and you've got a big audience.
Yeah.
But it's not passing tourism.
No, it's not.
So successful being that you succeed here and you're happy where you are, do you ever see yourself moving eventually into the more of a tourist area, trying to attract a different audience, maybe like Tree Town area?
Probably not. Only because, again, originally I looked, LK was my original target. That's where I wanted to be. And they had a small space that was available on LK, but to give you sort of an example of what the pricing is like in Pattaya now,
I'd imagine.
for a piece of street, so just a bit of tarmac, and it was 3 meters by 3 meters. So then you had to, run out your own electricity to it and all the rest of it. It was $35,000 a month to rent the piece of street to make something yourself to put onto it.
$35,000 a month just for the tarmac.
Tarmac. Yep. Yeah, it's insanity.
That is crazy.
So when I look at expansion, we're more focused on areas. So I like to go up to Pratamnak. I'd like to put one in Jomtien and over on the dark side.
Yeah.
And then do deliveries out of the mall. So at the moment we do deliveries sort of within a couple of kilometers of here. But yeah,
That's mad.
yes.
I mean, I don't know what the markup is on my food, and you don't need to share the information of our business, but to have to get $35,000 for the profit out of your product before you've even paid your electric, your water, your staff, and even made any kind of profit yourself.
Yes.
I mean, that's a huge amount of burgers.
I mean, what we find here, because the rents are so reasonable, is we can then pass those savings on. Yeah. So the unique selling point for the place becomes just how cheap it is as well. I mean, those tenders that you're looking at there, they're 69 baht for that size, for 4 of them.
No way.
Yeah. The double burger is the American. That's our most popular burger. There's 170 baht.
That's ridiculous.
The fries are 39 baht. I mean, where do you get fries in town for less than...
That's crazy.
So everything gets passed on. I mean, that's the buffalo chicken burger, so it's sort of a mid-price one for us, but that's 85 baht for all that.
85 baht for that?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, if you like your food, it's a no-brainer. Go into Bongkot, do your energy. Once you've done your energy, come out here because you need to refuel. I mean, at those prices, that is ridiculously cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, that really is.
That's the appeal. That's the unique selling point. It's a quality burger. But we're cheaper than most Thai street stalls.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said earlier, we are literally, if I was to leave the buzzing lounge to walk here at just an average pace of walking, I could easily be here in 15 minutes, easily. So, you're not a mile away from the centre, but you are close enough to come out and try this food because that looks fantastic. It really does. So we're coming nearly towards the end. In terms of relaxation, do you ever get a chance to relax? Do you ever get time to take time off?
We don't open till 2:00 in the afternoon, and we close one day a week.
Okay.
But I find you have to have a life balance here. Otherwise, you'll lose it, Pattaya. So I do a lot of exercising in the morning, try and get some cardio in, a lot of stretching, whatever, lightweight.
Yes.
Just, as I say, keep that balance.
Yeah, I like to do my walks. I walk everywhere. So I used to, before I was 104 kilos, I was right fatty. And then I did my fatty to fitty, and I did like walking everywhere. And I probably used my motorbike maybe once a month at best. Yeah. I walk to work, I walk home, I stagger home from work, but I walk to work. But I don't do any taxis like I used to do. So, yeah, like you say, you've got to have that balance.
Yeah. I had a beer with some friends that on LK Metro last night for the football.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just walk home.
So what team do you support?
Man United.
Oh, good.
Sorry.
God, it had to be, didn't it? It had to be. I forgot to, when you mentioned earlier about you like your rugby, you got your football.
I'm more a rugby fan than I am a football fan.
Well, it could have been worse. You could have been a Spurs fan, but yeah. But do you know what? To be without diversifying, I thought we'd lose to you anyway. We just had a fantastic European result.
Yeah.
And I said to my mate Rich, I said, Rick, we got Man United this week. I said, we'll lose. He's like, no. He said, they're playing rubbish at the moment. He said, you'll be fine. And I knew. And I opened up BBC Sport, and I was just like, for God's sake.
Yeah. I actually went out to watch the rugby first last night. So I went to watch England-Scotland and then popped over and watched the...
Yeah, well, we'll move on from that anyway. Right, so it's been a pleasure talking to you today. It really has. Thank you for sharing your experiences here, guys. And what I want to do is, I say this to everybody, we've got a guy that's watching the channel now who's never, ever been to Pattaya before. So he's going to get on the airplane, he's going to come out here and say, right, give me your cases, sit yourself down, sit here, chat to David. What one piece of advice would you give him? Just one piece of advice, what would you say to him?
Just to sort of remember that it's not real. It's you'll get here, you'll walk down the street, you'll hear handsome man, sexy man as you're walking down. They don't really mean it.
Really? I mean, I'm not.
It's shocking, isn't it?
Oh God, I thought I was a real sexy, handsome man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you get people saying, "Oh, I can't believe the girls. They all like older men, and I can't believe that they don't like Thai men and all that." It's just guys are just telling you what you want to hear. Enjoy it for what it is, and keep a balance to it. You can just blow yourself right out here. Especially people used to come from England before that we had later opening hours, and they're just used to going to the pub and staying till it closes. Well, in Pattaya, they just don't close. They can just carry on.
Yeah. Well, sound advice, guys. There you go. So remember, keep it real, guys. Not everything you hear is what they really mean. So, but enjoy it for what it is. Yeah, definitely. Well, Dave, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time. It really, really nice. Thank you very much. So, guys, that brings the end to today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, I'll put all the details, Facebook pages, all the links, everything, etc. for David's place. I'll put a Google Map link as well, so you know how to get here. But like I say, it's a 10-15 minute stroll from Buzzing. It's not far at all. I'm lucky enough that Dave very kindly gave me this food, so I'm going to try the food in a bit, and I'll put that into TikTok. Have a look in TikTok for the food. That looks amazing. And the prices, I can't believe those prices. If you argue about those prices, and trust me, the quality of the chicken I just had was very, very nice. So you're not compromising with quality over cost. So it really is well worth a visit. Right, there we are. That's it from me, David. Thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, please remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when we bring out a new video. Jump across to kick.com/BuzzingPattaya for uncensored, unfiltered live streaming that we do pretty much every day. So we bring a different vibe to the city, a different edge to what you can watch as opposed to what you can watch on here. Have a look at TikTok. TikTok's all about data, it's all about food, restaurants, places to see, things to do. So have a look at TikTok. And likewise, have a look at Instagram if you want to find out about the nightlife here in our wonderful city of Pattaya. And if you haven't, jump in the Discord. There's over 20,000 members in this, totally free of charge. It's a wealth of information where you can find out what's going on in the city right here, right now. Ask questions if you're coming out on holiday, you're not sure what to expect, you can ask all these questions. So jump in the Discord. And finally, if you'd like to support the channel and the work we do here, please become a member here on YouTube. If you become an elite member, please let me know. What I'll do is I'll get a member's card for you where it entitles you to a free drink in the Buzzing Lounge every single day, a free local spirit or local beer. And we've also negotiated some other discounts with other vendors around the city where you can get some benefits from that. All right, there we are. That's it from me. That's it from Dave. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And please, as always, wherever you're in the world, stay safe.